What's up, y'all? Yeah, I thought I'd make a video about everybody's favorite queen bee, Miss Brittany from Politically Provoked. I hadn't talked about her in a good while. Most everyone would probably know this, but we were involved in a months-long testy exchange, which was quite interesting, or you could say it was toxic, dramatic, etc., whatever. I guess we kind of put that in the rearview mirror for the most part anyway. What I discovered through situations like this and other IRL situations, it's kind of hard to hold a grudge for the long term. It actually takes active energy to do so in many ways. So you can kind of come to a point where you say, you know, I've said my piece, I've aired my grievances, so what's the point of continuing this any longer? So I guess that's sort of what happened. It was that, and then the fact that she wanted to just have a conversation about it, which surprised me, because that was supposed to, or we kind of agreed to do that sort of at multiple points, but it never happened, so I thought it never was going to happen. So yeah, I do give her credit for doing that. And then I even went on there and had a debate. So it's amazing kind of just like what an interaction does to something. I told this story in one of my private chat groups, but I had an experience where I actually got robbed overseas. I was stupid and put myself in a situation where I got robbed by these like fucking hustling whores, and I had the cops summoned, which apparently was the stupidest fucking thing you could do. But so we all got rounded up by the cops, and I got in trouble too because they lied about what I did. We were involved like in this scuffle. The cops don't speak English, so they make up some shit that I was fucking them up, or I was the aggressor. And whatever. I don't want to tell the whole story. The long story short is the short story of that long story is that after being locked up or detained, we weren't like in a cell, but we were in various police facilities for like 18 hours. I stopped hating them, and it went from like outright hostility and hatred to almost like sympathetic, being like, you bitches are fucking dumb. Like, can't you just get a job instead of robbing people or some shit? So, I don't know. I think this is a natural process. It takes active brain power to hate somebody for a long period of time. Or even not hate, just like carry on a grudge or whatever. So, I felt like I made my point. She reached out. I don't know if it was a productive conversation, but I was able to say what I wanted to say. So it's like, what's the point of carrying this active grudge on when I don't even necessarily want to do it anymore? So I don't know. I give her credit for that, but in no way do I excuse just the toxic activity that went on that channel, and that goes on to a certain degree, and it's still in their past videos. You know, in no way do I give them a pass on that, but at least I was able to talk about it directly with them. And I feel like it did have an effect, even if limited. Other people outraged about some of the people they had on and how they enabled them. And I feel like that outrage reached them to the point where they think about how it's viewed by critics and other people. So, didn't like solve the problem, but I do think it had an effect. It got them to think a little bit more critically about what they were doing. But I didn't really want to that's just kind of an update. I didn't really want to harp on that, but I don't know, you kind of look at these personalities, yeah, and then these online feuds that have just gotten fucking ridiculous. Like Ethan Ralph just got brutalized on the streets of Portugal again. Like, what the fuck is going on? It's crazy content, but nobody wants this shit. So, and it was even before that happened, but there was all this swatting and shit. So it's like, you know what? This shit's gotten way too toxic. So people just need to let this shit go. And my conflict was never really interpersonal for the most part. It was objecting to the toxicity that exists on the show, not who these people are as people. But like, I know it got personal with Brittany, and like she pointed that out. Like, it wasn't just about the content. It was because I felt personally slighted, and I said like, oh no, that has nothing to do with it. But I think she was right about that. It was definitely, a lot of it was personal. However much I objected to them having people like Thomas Sewell on, you know what I mean? So I don't know. She was right about things. When you go on and like engage with somebody in verbal combat, a lot of times you end up having more respect for them or whatever, even if you still disagree and think parts of their personality are antisocial or toxic or whatever. So I don't know. I got tired of the drama, and I'm tired of not even gay ops, but like this trying to fuck people up, trying to ruin people. I don't think most of us want that. But like the women, these online personas they're an enigma, right? Because you kind of wonder what makes them tick, or I'm intrigued by both her and BPF. I know they hate each other. Like, I don't take a side in their feud because I don't like these interpersonal feuds, and I don't want to be involved in them. Even if you think for certain reasons one side might be justified or more justified than the other, like, I don't want to be involved in these personal feuds because I think it takes away from the experience of whatever it is I want to do online. But like, I don't know, I admire the fortitude that this woman has to go into the kind of fiercest part of the internet, bare herself, both visually and bare her soul, kind of. I guess people think, oh, she's not legit for whatever reason, she's just posturing to get an audience. And I think every online personality does that to a certain degree. Like, you're gonna have a different experience when you talk to somebody one-on-one off stream versus the on-stream personality. That's true for everybody, myself included. And I'm somebody who prides themselves on saying what they think online. Aside from the trolling and the posturing that's done for just kind of like entertainment. But Brittany is just kind of like a force on the internet. Like, however big or small her following is, she's just like this. Look, she's got this She's dressed in black. I don't think that's a biker look. It's, what is that, Halloween? She's dressed up like a rock star or something. But she's like this, maybe she's similar to like a biker chick. She just wants to go online and mix it up and get involved in this shit. So love her or hate her, you gotta kind of admire that part of her. And then I realized, like, these online personalities that you are entertained by or you indulge in, you would miss them if they were gone. Love them or hate them. If you're a hate watcher, you'd be like, oh, no, I can't hate watch this person. You know what I mean? But I think ideally Brittany, like, still indulges in the edgy material and still has those crazy conversations and debates and whatever, panels. But it'd be nice if she did that, but still keep in mind that, I don't know, it's just toxic to be a mouthpiece for some of these toxic ideologies. Like, I always talk about that Thomas Sowell guy, but even Eric Stryker, you know, she was very complimentary about Stryker, who I consider to be like a really bad actor. GDL, I don't know if they're going to go back on, but like, it's very difficult to have these personalities on and not promulgate their views. Like, this is something that Luke Ford struggled with a lot. He's like, well, I want to have these people on because they're fun to engage with and the audience loves it, but I don't want to strengthen or bolster their message, which you do to a certain degree just by having them on. But he would, you know, try to refute them, disagree with them, still try to use the opportunity for the greater good. I hate that term, but still use the opportunity to reinforce his more positive worldview, even though he's having somebody with maybe a toxic worldview on. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I was just in the car, bored, wanted to make a video about Brittany because she's interesting. Interesting, to some people maddening, whatever. I always get accused of like trying to cozy up to people by making these videos. That's not what I'm doing in this video. Like, I don't really care too much one way or the other if I ever go on that show again. I mean, I like going on, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have the option to go on a show. Like, that's what I discovered. If we're talking about, like, personality, if we're talking about ego and personality flaws, people get mad when they're banned from a show. Obviously, they're not going on the show if they're banned. But if they have the opportunity to come on, sometimes they might not even choose to go on. And I discovered that a little bit with myself. Like, with these pop-ons, I basically can never go on. I'm with my significant other. There's never a good opportunity. It doesn't really work out. It's hard to do. But still, if you have the opportunity, you feel like you're being respected. When you're banned, you're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. How am I banned of anybody when my arch nemesis rivals are allowed on? So, yeah, there's definitely some ego involved. But, I don't know. This woman likes to mix it up. She does it full time. Like, there's no other woman quite like her. I mean, Stardust is a woman that kind of mixes stuff up, but she's just totally different. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where she ends up. You know, like, maybe she comes turned off by the far right, by the alt-right, and speaks out against them, hopefully, since most of these people are toxic, but then still has them on. I don't know. But no matter how much you think you understand, there's still that piece that's an enigma. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes, what happens. Maybe she'll be like a future mainstream news type personality. I mean, I don't know. She'll go work for the Blaze or something, or for what's that one? I'm trying to think of the one that was on HBO News. That's like the far leftist thing. She could be like the right-wing extremist commentator. I mean, it's possible, I guess. Who knows? All she has to do is disavow all the people that she ever interviewed and be like, yeah, I hate these people now that I know them for who they are. Anyway, thanks everyone for listening to my rambling video, and everyone have a good day.